Hi everybody, it's Kayla, and welcome back to Speed Build Sunday. So today we are building a house that, surprise, surprise, I have yet to name. I know, this is also my 100th speed build, so it's kind of a big deal. I'm just saying. I also kind of have a name too. I think I'm gonna just call it like Barbie Beach House, Barbie Dream Beach House, Barbie something, I don't know, clickbait, we'll see. But basically, for my 100th speed build, I wanted to do something kind of cool and kind of out of my comfort zone and just different because I don't know if you noticed this, but I kind of build the same house every week. I built the same blue suburban house every week. And so this week I was like, I'm gonna build a pink modern house. Switching it up this time. And so I did. We have a pink Barbie dream house, beach house thing that I've tried to build. I actually had a lot of fun doing this. I'm having a lot of fun switching things up recently. I got into this rut where I was just building the same house over and over again, and I kind of hated it. But now I'm building cool things. I mean, I think they're cool. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But I'm having a lot of fun. So there's that. Also, it is, again, the 100th speed build. I've done 100 speed builds on my channel. I've actually done more than that, I think. I've got at least, I think, 2 private speed builds on my channel that I have privated because they were bad. And I might have deleted one. I don't know. So it's at least the 102nd, but it's the 100th public speed build. And that's what matters. And so it's kind of a big deal. I can't believe I've done it 100 times. Like, the fact that I've just sat here and talked to myself like this for 20 some minutes 100 times is ridiculous to me. But if you're new to my channel, you want to see my other ones, I've got a playlist linked down below. There are 100 of them, so I'm so sorry. And also, I've changed so much in like my voiceover style over the past year. Not even 2 years, I guess, past 100 builds. I was talking to my friend Ollie earlier, and he like went and looked up my build because he heard of my 100th one. And he's like, I've actually never watched one of your videos. And I was like, wow, thanks, what a pal. And then he looked at one of my old ones, and he clicked on like I think it was my suburban dream house, which is like a year ago I made this one. And he's like making fun of me because I sound so different in that video than I do now. And I was just trying to explain to him that I don't think that I have a different recording voice from my real voice. I think that I just sound a lot more dead inside now in my builds. Like, I used to be so much more obnoxious in them, but I've kind of toned it down. I used to talk way too fast, too, like, to the point where you couldn't even understand me. Like, I talk too fast now still, but, like, my older ones, you actually couldn't understand what I was saying in those videos because I was talking so fast. And I used to get hate comments about it all the time, and I would get so upset, and I was like, I don't talk too fast, you guys are so mean to me, and I would, like, delete hate comments, and I thought they were hate comments, but they weren't hate. They were just people being like, Kayla, you talk way too fast, like, calm down. Sometimes they were hate, though. Sometimes they were like, I don't know, they would just say mean things about me because I was talking too fast and I took them way too personally. But now I'm over it. I know, see, I watched one back recently and like I click on those old videos and I start talking and I'm like, yikes, shut up to my past self. So if you've been around for those older ones, we're talking like even like 6 months ago, I still am like, yikes, shut up, when I hear them. If you watched those when they came out, props to you because yikes, you know, that's ugh. Also, this build I cut out so much from because this is unrelated, but this video, the footage was like 5 hours long. It took me 5 hours to build this house, so yikes. And I sped it up 6 times like normal, and it was super long, like way too long. And so I had obviously because it was 5 hours of footage, so I had to do a lot of cutting of things and also sped it up. I think it's 7 times all through the whole build. The very beginning was 8 and stuff, so it's a little bit faster than normal. I hope it's not too bad because I feel like it might be hard to watch, but it was such a long video. I couldn't have it be like a 50-minute speed build, you know, because that's just too much. We gotta calm it down, okay? So I try to do that. I cut out a lot of like me placing the floor plan and me doing like I don't know, like wallpapers and stuff, and also like lighting outside, and I think the landscaping and things, like just stuff that I've done a million times, and so you've probably, if 100 times, you've probably seen me do it before, you don't need to see it again. But yeah, I did my best there. So my videos, they've changed a lot recently. Have you noticed that? I just, like, I clicked on that video Ollie watched, I think it's like my suburban dream house. It's a green suburban dream house from like Mother's Day last year. And it just, I clicked on it, maybe it was 2 years ago now, I don't remember, but I clicked on it and I was like, when I started talking, because I was just so much more obnoxious and loud back then, and I talked way too fast. Now, I think the less obnoxious part came from me living in a dorm, I think because I was just scared to be that way with my roommates listening to me, but also I think I've just toned it down, and I'm a little bit more dead inside, so there's that. College changes you, man. Just saying. No, I'm kidding, mostly. But yeah, my videos have gotten very different recently, and my apologies. Not even just recently, just I think I've changed, and that's fair, because I used to, in my videos, like in my builds, I went from talking about the build exclusively to mostly complaining about people that I knew in real life, to then, I don't even know what I talk about anymore, nothing, like just random, and then I started talking about a lot of really mundane things that happened in my life, like I'd be like, yeah, today in class, this happened. But I had this whole thing back in the day. We called them Susan stories. I understand that, like, a lot of you guys that are new to my channel, which is probably a good percentage of the viewers of this, haven't heard these things and don't know who Susan is, which is crazy, because for a long time, because back the beginning of my senior year of high school, this girl was super mean to me, and so I came onto the video and I was like, you guys won't believe what happened to me today, and I like kind of ranted about this girl that I called Susan, because she was so mean to me, and then it became like a thing, and I just told Susan stories all the time. So people would wrong me in real life, and I would just talk about them in my builds. That sounds terrible. It's really bad. It was very negative and not a good thing that I did that, but we've grown and changed as a person. We don't do that anymore. See? See? I'm more mature now. It's been a year. No, but this girl, she was just really mean to me, so I talked about her in a video, okay? It's fair. I didn't say her name. I just explained how she made fun of me, and to be fair, she was very mean to me for a whole year, so I'm just saying. But I used to talk about Susan stories all the time, and now I'm just like, oh yeah, today in my stats class, my teacher told a bad joke, and that's like my whole story for the build. I feel like I had important things to talk about in this. Like, I probably have some really good, important, mundane stories for you guys this week, but I can't even think of any of them. How sad is that? Like, what's a good mundane thing I could tell you about? Why did I even do this week? I did a whole lot of nothing this week, because I just go to class, come back, record a video, upload a video, and then get on Discord with my friends. That's my whole life. So I don't really have anything important to tell you about, which is terrible. I mean, I never did, though. I think if you go back and watch all of my builds, there was never anything important to tell you about. They were all super lame. Like, there's nothing, it's never a good story. It's just always like hey, so today I, went to lunch, and that's it. That's all I did. Today I went to class, and there's my story for the day. I don't know. It's okay, though. It's part of the charm, right? I'm just trying to make myself feel better. It's not part of the charm. There's nothing charming about that. But you guys watch them. That's not my fault. You're the problem. It's not me. Oh boy. I mean, the thing is, at least I can sit here and talk for a long time. It's just people listen for some reason, because I'm not good at many things, okay? Is the thing. But I'm good at one, and it's talking to myself for a long time, and also building blue suburban houses. I build the same house every week. We know this. Not this time, but usually it's the same house every week. Like, the inside is the exact same every single time. This one's different because it's pink and it's not suburban. But like my other houses, if you've seen any of them, even my fixer-uppers, they're all the same on the inside. It's not good. I'm trying my best to branch out from that. I really apologize, but I have two skills in life, and it's talking to myself for a really, really long time and building in The Sims. But building the same house over and over and over and over again, because I've gotten really good at it. I can crank out a nice blue suburban house in like an hour and a half. See, and then it takes me 5 hours to do a pink modern house. Ugh. Also, I kind of stole this idea from my friend Hattie. We were on Discord. I didn't steal it on purpose, is the thing. But we were on Discord, and we oftentimes will just get on Discord and we'll just like throw out build ideas, and like we just kind of sit there. This is super lame sounding. We'll just like sit there in the Discord call in silence while we're both building, and then kind of like it's just like we're sitting together building, but we don't really talk that much. We just kind of sit there and work on things separately, and then we'll be like, oh yeah, build's going great. And it sounds super lame, but we just kind of do that. It's kind of our thing now. And we were throwing out build ideas, and she mentioned like this Barbie beach house thing and sent a picture of it. And I thought that she was suggesting that I do it because I was looking for a build idea. And then I started building it, and then later she was like, yeah, you stole my idea. And then I was like, oh no, I thought you were telling me to do this idea. So Hattie may have been planning on doing this house, but we've talked, like, she knows that I did it. She knows that I've done it now and stuff. Like, I don't think she's mad at me for taking her idea, but I might have accidentally stolen her idea. So oops, sorry about that, Hasty. You guys know who Hatsy is on YouTube, surely. Hers would have been better anyway, but maybe she'll still do it. I don't know. She's a really good builder. I am not. I can build the same thing over and over again, but I can't build things. She builds like Hogwarts and stuff, which of all my 100 speed builds, never have I ever built a thing like that. I think my craziest speed build that I did was like, oh, I've never done I mean, I built like one mansion back in the day. Oh, that was I called it like Hillside Manor. That was a terrible idea. Every time I start building on a big lot, this is a 40 by 40, I think. Every time I'm like, yeah, this is a good idea. I can't wait to build my mansion. You build the outside and it takes you 2 hours, and then you're like, oh, now I have to furnish this whole thing, and it's got like 8 bedrooms and 3 dining rooms, and it's just why. Like every time I build big houses, I hate myself for doing it. But I built that one. I think I've got one mansion on my entire channel, and it's just that one Hillside Manor. It's 2 videos too because I had to split it up because it was so long. Um, Yikes! What a time. Um, I think that's my craziest build, and it's just like a nice suburban mansion. Like it's not even a fancy house. It's not even, well, it's fancy, but it's not even like a crazy build, you know? Um, that's terrible. She builds cool things. I just built these suburban houses. I've done a couple cool ones recently. Like I did the Timmy Turner's house, and I did like the Gilmore Girls house a while ago and stuff. Those are fun for me. I like to do things like that, like famous suburban houses, not famous Hogwarts castles. That's a little bit out of my comfort zone. Maybe also out of my skill level. Can't really handle that one. I tried to build a tiny castle recently. I was gonna do a tiny castle build when we got the size down sheets and stuff. I was gonna do that, and then I tried and I couldn't do it, so I gave up. Speaking of giving up on builds, I bet, like, when you think about how many times I've, like, started a build and then scrapped it for my channel, I've probably done, like, 500 builds, because I always start building something and scrap it, like, 4 or 5 times before I start, like, my actual build for the speed build, you know? Because it takes a while for me to get an idea of what I want to do. Maybe that's a lie. Probably not. Maybe like 300 times I've built something and then scrapped it. Because it takes me like 3 tries to get like a good vibe for the shape of the house. And I always, like, if I'm trying to do it and I keep messing up, or I'm picking, like, I'll start a house, do the first floor, and then be like, yikes, and then delete it. I always bulldoze it and, like, scrap the recording, because I'm not going to, like, leave all that in the footage of me building the house, you know, because that's kind of worthless. Like, if I built something and then scrapped it and started over, like, you don't need that because it's gone. And so I always cut it out of the video. But I've probably built so many things. And, like, I've done 100 speed builds, like 95 fixer-uppers, and I've got builds on my gallery that aren't even, like, build videos. I've probably done so many builds. I wonder, can you tell in the gallery how many builds someone has? I think you can tell how many creations total, but that counts all my Sims and stuff. But I've built so many things in The Sims 4. How did I become a builder? The thing is, like, when I started lilsimsie, which is like 2 years ago now, 2 years and a few months ago, like a little bit over 2 years, I mean to say, not 2 years and a few months. That's a weird way to phrase that. But when I started this channel, I was not a builder at all. Like, I had my old channel, I think I probably did like 1, 2 maybe speed builds on there, never did them, made my new channel, and I think one of my first Sims videos was a speed build. It was like, because Get Together had just come out, and so I did like a tiny Tudor house, and that was my first ever build on this channel, which is terrible. But the thing is, I was not a builder. I was not a good builder at all, and then somehow I became a builder in The Sims. Like, over the course of these 100 builds, I became, like, because that house is, like, really ugly, and the same thing, like, my fixer-upper, the first one, is really ugly. Like, back then, I really sucked at builds. I don't know when I got good at them. I don't even think I'm that great anymore. Like, I'm still not a great builder, but, like, I'm not bad at building in The Sims, but I don't know when that changed, but it definitely happened when I was doing, like, regular speed builds, because I did suck for a long time, and then I practiced a lot doing builds every week and stuff, and then I got good at it. But you can watch me suck at building in my old videos. See, should I pull up the playlist and make fun of my thumbnails? It's fun to look back on these things, isn't it? Hold on, I'm going to the playlist right now. Sims 4 speed builds. Ew, why are they filtered by most popular and not oldest to newest? Why do I do things like this? Okay. Well, I can probably edit that right now. It is my playlist, so I can change that. Playlist settings, ordering, date added, oldest. Let's see. Hello, come on, load. Tiny Tudor, Whitewood Manor. Ew, Yellowstone, Suburban Dream. Suburban Dream, the one he clicked on was my 4th ever build on this channel. What is he talking about? That was from 2 years ago. Wait, listen to this.
Hi everybody, it's Kayla, and welcome back to my channel. So today...
Ew. That's yikes. Also, the UI, why is it so big? What's wrong with this? Why is it like this? Oh, the comments are like, so weird to hear you talk about the build the whole video. Ew. And also, it was 24 minutes long, and I probably just talked about the build the whole time. I'm skipping through it. What is wrong with me? Also, my thumbnails used to be awful. Completely awful. Just terrible. Just... I forgot about this. So I built a house hold on. Actually, I'm gonna link this one in the description because I kind of want to watch this later, and you guys probably don't know about this. I built a house one time back in the day, a long, long time ago, called Cactus Cove. Okay, and Cactus Cove, my friends, is worse than you think. It's a house that is shaped like a cactus. Like it's a bright green house in the shape of a cactus. And I posted a Cactus Cove speed build. I think I might redo that. Oh, I should redo that build. That was what hold on, 15th build ever? Interesting. That's a yikes. That's a yikes right there, you guys. Oh boy. There are some really awful, these are all awful, like these back in the day builds. I definitely thought I was a good builder back then. I wasn't. I was not a good builder at all. There's the manor, the mansion. I mean, yikes. I definitely thought I was talented and I definitely wasn't, but it's okay. We got better. I still not great, but oh, it's funny to look back and make, because like the way that I talked, I was just so annoying. My apologies. Anyone who used to be around back then, I'm so sorry you watched those things. I don't know why you did, but some people did. And I simply do not understand because it was not good content. It was bad voiceovers, bad builds, something bad, just bad content. I'm sorry. I mean, it's still bad content on my channel now, but I feel like I've gotten good at pretending that it's good content. It's still bad, but I'm good at like making it look good, because I've got better mic quality and I'm better at editing and better thumbnails in my opinion. So I'm good at faking it now is the thing. See, that's the key. Not making better stuff, just pretending you're making better stuff, and also thinking see, that's also a key, is the way you feel about the content, because I think it's better now. No, that's not even true. Actually, I was really self-absorbed back then. I think I probably thought I was like the best YouTuber ever when I had like 5,000 subscribers. I thought I was like a huge deal. Like I was really obnoxious. I've said it before, but I probably thought I was like the greatest thing of all time, and I definitely wasn't. Now I'm more aware that I suck, but back then, like I definitely thought I was I thought I was such a good builder and stuff. Ugh, high school people, high school changes you. I was the worst. Like as a junior in high school, I was the worst. This is only 2 years ago, so this is probably bad, but like, I thought I was great. I wasn't. Ugh. But yeah, you know what? At least I needed that ego boost is the thing, because I was painfully self-conscious and I had a lot of mean people in high school making fun of me for YouTube, and so I had to at least think that I was good to cope with that, because everyone in school was so awful to me because I made YouTube videos. They didn't know about it, but once they learned, they started treating me so horribly, and so, including my friends to an extent, and so I needed that, like, at least I thought that I was good because they didn't, and so if I didn't think I was good, I probably wouldn't have kept doing it, and then I wouldn't be here today making my 100 speed build, see? So there's that. Also, these build videos I've been making, this is such a weird voiceover, I'm sorry, but like the builds that I have done, like these past 100 voiceovers, they're very good for helping me cope with things. Like back in the day, maybe less so now because I actually have some friends now, but back in the day I used to it made me feel like I had someone to talk to, which sounds super sad, but like back 2 years ago when I started making them, I didn't have anyone to talk to. I didn't have any friends. I mean, I had like 2 school friends, but didn't really count, like I mean, that sounds bad. I hope they don't watch this. You guys are great pals. But, like, I didn't really have anyone that I could talk to. And so it was good to have this outlet to just, like, talk to myself, but also feel like I was talking to someone and just kind of get things off my chest and have, like, it's hard to explain, but it feels like someone is listening to me. When in real life, I didn't really feel like I had that. So it was just a really good outlet for me. Okay, is my point. Hey, maybe you should make a YouTube channel and have someone to talk to. That helped me a lot. So that's just maybe a pro tip. But also maybe don't tell Susan stories on your channel because it backfires sometimes. I didn't actually get much backlash from that. Like, you would think that me talking about someone that I knew in real life on YouTube for a long time would cause me problems. It didn't really. That's because most people I knew in real life knew that Susan was awful, so they were like, oh yeah, yikes. And also I told stories about, so this is a weird thing, but when I had those Susan stories I talked about earlier, I had, like, one main girl who was mean to me, But whenever someone wronged me, I would be like, yeah, you guys won't believe what Susan did today. But like, it wasn't even Susan. It was just some random. And so I made this like super villain that was Susan that wasn't even a real person because it was like lots of different people all combined in one. So people in real life couldn't even guess who it was. Like I got people that I knew in real life would watch a video and they'd be like, yeah, so who is Susan? And I'd be like, I don't know. And they'd be like, oh, is it Jenny? I don't know, Jenny, to clarify. And I'd be like, no, because it wasn't even Jenny. Maybe it was Jenny that one time, but it's not Jenny. Does this make sense? It was a bad idea. I accept that, but I was dumb. I was like 16. I'm like 18 now, so it's not much of a difference, but I was dumb when I was 16. I thought I wasn't, but I was. Yeah. So what's our takeaway from today? Actually, that's a good point. I usually do these takeaways in my builds. Number one takeaway is don't build this much in The Sims. You'll go crazy. Number two is try to be less obnoxious. Number three, if you're a 16-year-old junior in high school, you aren't that great, Kayla, and you need to maybe lower your ego a little bit. I have this weird thing. I still have this a little bit where like on YouTube and on the internet, this is gonna get so deep. I mean, it's the end of the video anyway. No one's watching still, but like on YouTube, I'm this one version of myself. It's very like I'm gonna say a little overconfident on YouTube, and I'm obnoxious, maybe a little bit, just very different. And then in real life, I'm so quiet and reserved and shy and so, like, self-conscious, awful, that it's so weird how different these two versions of myself are. And I realized, like, this is getting kind of deep and dark too, but yikes, we'll go there. Like, on my first day of class 2 weeks ago when I came in, I was in my stats class, and like we had to do this awful ice breaking activity with like some random from the class, like you got a partner and stuff, and I felt myself like resorting back to like high school Kayla and like doing that like shy like inward grossness, and I felt like I knew that that's not really who I am anymore, and I don't want to be them anymore, that person, that version of myself, because I don't like that version of myself. But then I did it. Like I came into class and I had to talk to this person, like, and I couldn't, and I felt really gross and awful about it. Like I like left class that day and I just felt gross about how shy I was being and how I felt awkward talking to just like a random person. And I was like, wow, Lil Simsie would not be like this, but Kayla sure is. And then it was a sad day. I had a really bad day. I think I might have mentioned it like in a build like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, I had a bad day on Monday. That's what it was. That was me like having this weird like conflict of personality in my mind where I was like, but which one am I? Am I Kayla or am I Lil Simsie? Because Lil Simsie wouldn't do this, but Kayla did. Who am I? This is getting so dark. Oh my god. My apologies. I've tried not to do this anymore. I used to do this, but I tried to avoid it. I could do a whole podcast about that. I think I might have done it once before even. I don't even remember. But like I could talk in a whole podcast about how I feel like I'm two people sometimes because Kayla and Lil Simsie are so different, because Lil Simsie is like this and Kayla is not like this. But you know what? I'm working on it. I'm working on becoming more like because I feel like the YouTube version of myself is like the better version of myself, and it's who I would like to be always, because she's a lot more confident than Kayla is. I'm talking like I'm two different people. Dude, I'm sorry. This is a lot. But like I'm trying to embrace Lil Simsie more in real life, and it's working. Like since starting college has been good because I felt like I can meet new people as this better version of myself instead of like the more reserved one I was in high school, because I felt like in high school, even once I became like more confident, I felt like it was too late to start acting that way in real. It's hard to explain, but like I feel like I was kind of stuck, and now I don't feel like that anymore. Anyway, the voiceover's almost over. Yikes. Sorry it got so dark. I hope that you enjoyed the video, you guys. It's the 100th one. I mean, it had to get dark at some point, right? Way to celebrate. Thanks for changing my life. I'm a lot better now. I'm in a way better place this past couple years because of these builds, which sounds weird, but it's true. And look at these great screenshots. But I'm gonna go ahead and go. Make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day, and so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Whoa, that got kind of dark just then towards the end. It's okay. The Wii music brought it all back. We're good. We got some nice classic Wii music to dance to. What a fun celebration of 100 builds. How have I done so many? How have you watched so many? Oh my god.